Welcome back to Daytime Tri-Cities. You are looking live at the top of this Blackstone Grill. Chef Tony Mammarella has it going on this morning. Look at that beautiful dish right there. Got red beans and rice, got fajitas going on.
He's doing the dance.
He's doing the spatula dance.
Yeah, look at him toss
work back and forth.
and mixing and melding.
Oh
so
my goodness.
The beauty of this is you can have this however you want to eat it.
You're right.
At the campground, last thing I want to do is a whole lot of dishes.
Right.
So forkless is my favorite way to do this.
Forkless, I like that.
So we have some small tortillas, but really for red beans and rice, we have our plate. We can actually split this up, and then it'll be a build your own. So,
I love those green onions in there.
Yeah,
with that
yeah.
beans. It looks so
It just
good.
gives you a little bit of flavor, a little bit of extra. But we have, like I said, simple. For me, we would have our plate, and then we have some fresh little tortillas. So for these, if you want, being to have the flat top,
nice.
they take a few seconds to heat up on the flat top. You can actually lay them over top of whatever you're
All
doing.
right, let me do this so we can get a really good shot of that. I'm going to hold that up.
Anywhere on here, that steam is going to help soften these. It makes them a little bit easier to roll as you're trying to do it and as you kind of go.
Okay. So you just kind of cover those up and let them
A
steam.
few seconds as they steam, and then we can serve them with our stuff.
Right there.
Okay?
Just like that.
The other thing we can do with this is we can make it into a giant, as you said, nacho-style charcuterie board. So
Love
we're
that.
actually going to take some of our rice, and we're just going to sprinkle it right over top of our nachos.
Look at
Oh,
it.
that's fun.
And we're going to make a giant plate of nachos because, well, we're at the racetrack and we can.
A nacho charcuterie board.
Nacho.
No,
Nachos.
that's a bad joke. But anyway, what a great idea.
So we're gonna put
people
that on
can
there?
Just come through and just help themselves.
We're going to do the same thing with our proteins and our peppers and onions. And we're
wow.
literally building
Oh, I'm
this.
just trying not to lose anything.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
There we go.
I think we'll be all right.
Look at those chunks of chicken.
And the shrimp. Oh my
Uh-huh.
goodness.
And I mean, a big old happy plate of nachos when you're at the racetrack.
Right?
You walk through with this little charcuterie board through the race band.
Making friends.
I mean,
So many new friends.
I'm pretty sure Waltrip was up here earlier talking about some beer that he has.
Yeah.
and,
Yes.
you know, good way to make this work.
yes.
So the nice part about it is we have some really soft quesos that come, Gordos,
Yeah.
queso
Right.
blancos. All of these melt very, very quickly. So you can add them to that hot stuff or hot proteins.
Oh,
They're actually going to
He's
melt.
wearing me out right now.
And as that melts, it's just going to run down there and make this
Oh, yeah.
giant happy mess. We can actually add sour cream to this if anybody's in the mood for sour cream.
So
Well-
you're basically letting the food melt the cheese for you.
Basically, as
Yeah.
we do that, you know, we'll do a dollop or two of sour cream on these. And we're really just trying to make this like you would do it at home. We have a giant nacho bar.
That is a mound of happiness right there.
That's what we're trying to do with that. So, fresh salsa,
Look at that.
however you would make it on the plate, make it on the bar.
Right.
And then everybody can kind of come through,
And get their own.
grab a piece, grab a plate, make it work out for you.
I mean, that's at least 6 inches right there.
It's,
I mean, that's a little tower.
yeah.
Anybody like guacamole?
I
We
love
can do that
little
same thing.
guacamole right there on the top.
And it really just makes it a way that you can all kind of gather around and eat and
And
drink
enjoy.
and be merry.
Yeah.
Eat, drink, and be merry.
So-
and enjoy.
You can plate it up if you really want to plate it up.
Right.
You can make a big old pile of nacho goodness if you're in the mood.
Uh-huh.
And it's all the fajita stuff. It's all the same ingredients. It all works out pretty well.
You know, we do this show twice a year, obviously,
Right.
during the race weekend, and every time you bring just a different theme, a different adventure to our plates. There are so many different options with what you're doing on that Blackstone, and when you're cooking, whether it's here at the race or you're tailgating for some other sporting event.
So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they work really well.
Right.
You know, there's plenty of options for it. The reason I like this more so than a grill like we were talking about earlier
Yeah.
is because that breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right.
You know, it's really hard to do bacon on a traditional grill.
Yeah.
It is.
It's really hard to do eggs on a traditional grill or pancakes or things like that.
Yeah.
This gives you the versatility. If you're only going to take one grill with you, it's much easier to just take this one.
And I want to remind everybody, shortcuts. If you're going to be out tailgating, you're going to be out here in a situation camping, all the shortcuts you can get at Food City will make your life a whole lot easier.
Shortcuts, the chickens, the porks, we're actually going to bring a new pork in that's going to be in that lineup.
Oh,
so
nice.
there's a pork tenderloin that's there.
Right.
And then the other thing is the meal deals. You know, a lot of times we'll package all this stuff together. Down on the end, we have our breakfast meal deal. It's a dozen eggs, it's the swaggerty sausage, and
Right.
the biscuits. Most of our stores, when you go in, they're all going to be in one spot. So if you're looking for something, if you're trying to figure out where it's all at, that deal's there. They even have a sign on the front that says, grab one of these, grab one of these, grab one of these.
Yeah.
Bake
Make
it
it
down and
nice and easy.
simple, good price point on it, and it really, really easy to work with.
And of course, you got Food City right over here and right over here. You
You're
got
right.
two within just a couple miles.
Absolutely.
And the Piney Flats Food City has your smoker out there for the
Yep.
weekend.
Yep.
No, they have the
Lots
smoker
of
at the
different
one in
opportunities.
Blountville as well. We
Yep.
passed
They got
it
'em
yesterday.
both.
But they got them both. They got Q smokers at the one
It's
in.
like they knew it was race weekend.
You think they thought that through?
What weekend do we have?
Wait a minute. What a great idea.
All right, folks, we'll be back with
Very
wrapping up the show here in just a few moments. Man, we're going to dig into some of these nachos.
Need bigger napkins.
Yeah, we do.